Good afternoon. Welcome to the November 8th Rotary meeting. Our pledge of allegiance will be by past President Dan Olson, One Verse of America by past President Spencer Betts, Invocation, past President Don Sherman, and the welcome song will be led by Charlie Vale. Our pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountain side, let freedom ring.
Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who bringeth forth bread from the earth. Amen.
Secretary's report, please. Past President Frank Smith.
It's my pleasure today to do the attendance report. We have a packed house here. Wonderful. We have 15 Lexington Rotarians in attendance, 3 guests, and a visiting Rotarian. Starting with the introduction of the guests, our first guest is Luis Mendez, to be introduced by President-elect Rock.
So Luis Mendez is my co-worker at Enterprise Bank. He's been with us for 3 months. And he's a father of 2, lives in Westford, and he's also, in his spare time, teaches martial arts. So
Welcome, Luis. Nice to have you with us. Our next guest is also our speaker, Johnny Pizzi, who will be introduced more fully by Murray when he comes up as our speaker. So welcome, Johnny.
Welcome.
Our next guest, seated next to Johnny, is Steve Volpet, who's the guest of Sergeant at Arms Allen. Could you introduce Steve, please?
For those of you who don't know Steve, Steve is a most decorated sports writer, had been following the Celtics, writing for the Celtics for 34 years? 35, sorry. He's spoken here before, and a friend of Johnny Pizzi, he introduced us, and happy to have you. Anything you'd like to say, sir?
Well, you with the mask look like the surgeon that did my shoulder, so I want some anesthesia. Well, the last time I spoke here was the football palooza, and if you recall, that year,
Burlington.
Lexington upset a few jumps over Burlington. So, my buddy here, Johnny, I don't know what kind of magic he's going to bring. One other thing I want to say about this is I hope all of you here, I've known Johnny for a billion years, I hope all of you here have a friend like Johnny. And that's my wish. I wish you good health and all that, but to have a friend like Johnny would be a really good thing for all of us.
Thank you. Welcome. And last but not least, we have visiting Rotarian and our Assistant District Governor, Dan Ellard from the Arlington Club. Dan, welcome.
I'll just introduce myself very briefly. I'll take this off so maybe you can, really hard to get it off. Behind my neck. So I've been a Rotarian for about 15 years. I started in the Belmont Club. I was president there a couple of times. Belmont Club unfortunately went under about 10 years ago. I joined the Arlington Club. I'm the past president of the Arlington Club at this point. We're going to be doing a polar dunk this year.
don't want to jinx it, but I'm gonna give $10 for it. So, thank you.
What degree?
9.
Nice. There you go. Anybody else?
I have a couple of bucks I'd like to donate.
You in? Yes, sir.
This is what I had in my pocket.
Johnny?
No, that's okay. It's not a lot, but that's all I had on me.
We're happy
Would
to
you like my, debit card?
Yes.
You're asking the wrong people.
Steve Kirkland.
I don't speak very often, but on Saturday, I attended a reunion of my college football buddies at Williams College. And some of you may have heard of this, but our class, the class of 72, it was the 1971 football season, we beat Amherst 34-14 in a big upset. And after the game, we used to take a bus down to the Cole Field House in order to, change a lot of our gear. And on this particular win, the buses wouldn't go or the drivers weren't there. So one of our teammates yelled, "Let's walk!" And the whole team marched off the bus down the college main street of Spring Street. And that started what is known as the walk. It was written up in Sports Illustrated a few years back. And this past Saturday was the 50th anniversary of that. So, had a great time, and it was good to see all my old buddies.
That's quite the area out there. The colleges out there, I've been out there numerous times refereeing college ice hockey. It's quite the area out there. As president, Tom Sherman.
I would like to give a special donation to the club in Dan Booth's name, in that 7 months ago, I was looking for a new car, and I wanted an electric car, and I started looking around and decided I would like to get a Ford Mustang electric car. And the car had turned out to be so popular that you couldn't find a dealer willing to sell the car for list price, because they are charging $2,000, $4,000, and $6,000 over list price for the car. But I knew there was something called an X plan, which means if you joined the Mustang Club of America, you got a membership card, and they would actually give you a 2% discount from list price. But it did say you have to find a dealer willing to accept the X plan. And I couldn't, and I called Dan, and Dan said, I know somebody. And he put me in touch with Grinnell Ford in Winchester. I called him up and said, do you accept the X plan? You were sent here by Dan? Yes, we do. So I want to thank Dan. $20 for the car.
I want to ride.
Anybody else? Well, I'll finish it off with happy dollars for our guests today, and also for our assistant district governor in attendance here today.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, announcements. Cash raffle is on November 19th. Past President Michelle has had to work on that selling tickets, and in fact, as of today, we have sold all the tickets, correct? Correct. Thanks to past President Dan Olson for stepping up and buying the last tickets for us. Sand for Seniors is December 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Past President Frank, anything to add to that?
Just a little bit, as in the past, I'll be seeking volunteers for the deliveries, and past President Andrews has been kind enough to send out the invitations. So the more people who sign up, the more opportunity just that to deliver. So sometime in the next couple of weeks, look for your email
cash raffle, which is the Friday, November 19th, at the Knights of Columbus. And anyone who can donate, I know some have already, we thank you for that, but anyone else who can donate anything for the bucket raffle would be appreciated.
Thank you. Did everybody hear me with the mask on?
No.
I went for a couple of reasons. Recording plus being a town employee, and one of my vehicles is sitting right out there in the parking lot. But I'll try and put it down sometimes. This is not okay. The joint meeting with Concord is going to be on. As you know, for football, over the years we played against Burlington. They switched that over. We're going to start a rivalry with Concord. Many years before I was in high school, it was Concord versus Lexington. So they're going to start that back. We're looking at having a joint meeting. It's going to be via Zoom to contact with the Concord Club president, Kyle Cushing, and he's in contact with the ADs and the principals, and they've talked back and forth together. So we're going to do it via Zoom. Have the football captains, the cheerleader captains also involved with that, obviously with the ADs and the principals also. Maybe the police chiefs and fire chiefs also. So he's going to get back to me with a Zoom link, and with the help of past President Dan, we're going to IT that and get that out to everybody with that. The holiday meeting is December 20th. And past President Dominic Sakari is working hard on that, as always, to facilitate the gifts for that. The joint meeting with the Lions Club is January 24th. We are hosting this year with that. I've been in contact with their president. They have been meeting just via Zoom. They are planning to start their meetings back in December in person. So this could be one of the first, or maybe the second meetings that they'll be back in person with us. As of their board meeting this past Tuesday, they have said that they will have at least 11 from the board who will be part of this, and hopefully they're going to push this out to their membership, so we'll have even more with that. As far as the location, possibly in Knights of Columbus, but we're looking at a couple of venues also too. But we do have time with that, and like I said, it is January 24th. On to some newer business, or new business. As our Assistant District Governor had mentioned, the Island Rotary Club is going to be sponsoring a dunk tank. As you know, we're not doing the polar plunge this year because of obvious reasons. With COVID, it's going to be at St. Camilla's Church parking lot, right off Route 2. And the date is going to be set. It's going to be February. The date was, they did have a February date. However, that did coincide with pre-pets training for our new residents. So they're going to assign a date in which I will reach out to them. Yes, District Governor.
We became aware of the date of pre-test. Unfortunately, after we scheduled it, but we're going to come up with a date that works.
Great.
Either that will do it before pre-test.
Thank you.
How's it gonna work? You like sponsor people? How does it?
Yes, so there's the Rotary International, if I may.
Sure.
Has a website that they use now for people sponsoring fundraisers like this that go into Folio Plus or other ROI funds. So you don't have to do anything. It's very easy to set up. People sponsor you. You sit on the thing. Someone pushes the button. You put it down in the water. You come up. You dry off. You go.
There's no throwing ball.
If you guys want to throw balls, then you do that. That's fine. But we don't need anything to camp. We just put people right in.
Okay.
Thank you, Assistant District Governor. Past President Jim Freeling, once again every year, is going to be facilitating the Toys for Tots. The drop-off will be at his facility there off of Waltham Street. Looking for toys, unwrapped toys, ages up to age 14. Preferably one for male, one for boys, one for girls. And a collection box is in his front lobby. And he's looking for a no later than December 10th for that. That's pretty much what I have. James, anything further? Boy? Okay, weekly cash raffle. Weekly raffle. And items were presented by Lexington Rotary Club, Olive Oil Corporation, past President Spencer Betts, Brickland Financial.
Blue ticket. 128.
You knew what was up there, you get that.
Who's got it? Johnny, you got it?
No, I have 127.
No, really?
No, we might get it.
All right, come on up, man. Grab a nice, beautiful, beautiful. One of these 4 elegant kids. Do you cook? We have those out again, those gloves. That cup with the stuff in it's pretty good. We have,
Oh, I always wondered what I'm at.
well, you got one.
Not that one.
That's the better one.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Comes with that.
It comes with it. Oh, the bag is there you go, the bag is the, that was the tip.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so I'll throw in my car. I'll only take 8 more cases after that.
101.
Pull it again.
Oh,
No, come on.
he's got all this stuff. He takes that out of the camera. 989.
Oh, that is let's give it to the other guest that's over here.
No, he's got his own ticket. He's a lucky guy.
I can see that.
Come on, Dominic, come take some.
Just take it, sorry. I'm not lying because he's.
Help yourself.
Great items.
Get me the mix.
All right. Any one of those 3 things. I'll do 3, but I know my wife will go for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next ticket, 059.
059.
Nope.
Lucky
You're a
day.
guest, please. Come on, grab one of these puppies. Last but not least, 061.
Right here, so I wanted to give it to Louise. I'm gonna race you to see what's better. Who didn't get a gift of the next one? Oh, thank you.
And that concludes our weekly round.
Okay, our speaker introduction, past President Murray.
Anyhow, thank you very much, President Cleveland. It's nice to have with us today Johnny Pizzi. Johnny has been a regular performer. I want to thank Sergeant Allen for getting
Dan, you need to get up.
so Alan, thank you very much for making that connection.
We'll put it back in.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. All right. Johnny has been a regular performer on the Boston comedy scene for over 35 years. Nearly 20 years performing regularly in Las Vegas, Atlantic City, all over New England, and Florida. He's worked with Lenny Clark, Steve Sweeney, Stephen Wright, Sam Kinison, Kevin Nealon, Dennis Leary, and just to name a few. Johnny has been overseas to entertain troops in Sarajevo, Bosnia, and Kosovo, besides doing stand-up community. Stand-up. Johnny is an accomplished close-up stage magician besides just being a comedian. I shouldn't say just, because it's hard to get a good comedian. And we should know that he is Joe Belichick's favorite magician. So without further ado, Johnny Pizzi.
Thank you all. In a little while, I'm going to be doing something with all of us, and so I just want to make sure that everybody has 4 cards, and there's even some. I left some cards up here for the gentlemen that were at the table over here. So just make sure, it doesn't matter what cards you have, as long as you have 4 cards. Right. If anybody needs any, just let me know. Do you need? Yes. Anybody else? Steve, you got 4?
I got 4, please.
Just in case. Well, first of all, let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to be here. Thank you. As a matter of fact, last week I did a comedy show for the Belle Island Rotary at Giggles. That was a big comedy show, but I am here alone today, so this is great. I've done a lot of shows for the Lions. They've had me a few times as well. And I have performed probably in 350 cities and towns in Massachusetts. This is my first time in Lexington, so I can now say I've performed in every city and town in Massachusetts and here in Lexington at the, as we know, the entertainment capital of the world. I love history. I actually worked for a few years driving tour buses around Boston, coming here to Lexington. I love U.S. history. Paul Revere. Anybody know how many kids Paul Revere had? 16 kids. 16 kids. 8 with his first wife, 8 with his second wife. Certainly not a minute yet. Now, but you know, the funny thing, when I used to do all my research, Paul Revere, his first wife gave birth. She died at childbirth a couple of weeks after their 8th child. He got married less than 2 months later. Right now, that's what they did in those days. Today, you'd be under investigation, right? Here's a quick little thing I just wanted to ask. So my mother was on Jeopardy, and she got the big question. And the big question was, are you ready to see if anybody can answer this? The big question was, where does the word news come from? Anybody? I imagine Steve would know.
4 directions of the compass.
Does everybody know?
No.
I think it's a great trivia question, and this was on Jeopardy. The word news comes from north, east, west, and south. Very good. Here's a winner right here. Here's a book. No, I'm only kidding. Yes, it's funny. Last week at this time, I was on a plane going to San Diego, and flying is crazy. I get on the plane, and I sit down, and the woman next to me was nursing her child as I sat there, and you know, and I kind of peek over, and the kid would be nursing, and then look at me and smile, and nurse, and look at me, and so I think he was teasing me. And then finally, halfway through the flight, I said to the lady, I said, excuse me, but I'm a little bit uncomfortable with what you're doing. And she said, no, it's very good for the baby. The sucking helps reduce the pressure from behind the baby's ears. I said, really? In all these years I've been chewing gum? It's amazing. But there was a lady across from me, and during the flight she was bragging how she was traveling all over the world doing research for a book that she was writing. And the book was What Nationality of Men Are the Best Lovers. And I thought, oh, well, I'm Italian, I'd like to know where I stand. And she said, this is what she said, Jewish men are the most passionate lovers, and American Indian men are the most durable lovers, which I thought was pretty interesting. And a little while later in the flight, we got to talking, and she said to me, so what's your name? I said, Tonto Goldberg. But it's funny, I noticed, I think with almost the economy starting to wane a little bit, and you could tell because you see more people now standing outside of, like, say, Dunkin' Donuts with a cup, and as you walk out, spare change, and I always carry a pocket full of change. I try to fill up their cup. But they're getting very, how do I say, they're getting very creative. Has anybody seen this? Sometimes at a red light, you see somebody standing there with a spray bottle and a washcloth, and they'll yell, wash your windows, $1. Has anybody seen this? Yeah, okay, so true story, a couple of weeks ago, I'm 2 blocks from my house, I'm at the red light. I see the guy standing with a spray bottle on a washcloth, and sure enough, the light turns red, and he goes over the first car in line, wash your windows, $1, and he goes to the next one, wash your windows, $1. And I said, oh no, he's definitely gonna get to my car. Sure enough, he gets to my car, he looks in, he says, wash your windows, $1. I said, good, get in. I took him to my house, I said, start at the basement. He was happy, and I was happy, that's for sure. But I do a lot of driving. I do a lot of driving. Matter of fact, I got a brand new car. But about 4 or 5 months ago, I was driving up to Bucksport, Maine. I heard the same commercial on the radio. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. 32 times. The same commercial, back and forth. You may have heard it. 1877 cars for kids. Well, yeah, right. 1877. The most annoying commercial you could ever donate your car today. Want it 32 times. So finally I get back to Boston. What do you think the first thing I did was? I donated my car. And I have to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it made me feel so good. I felt like I helped. I had a nice feeling in my heart about doing this. Now the company I was leasing the car from, not happy. But it's funny, I love telling a lot of true stories. So I go out and I buy a brand new car. And one of the things, I don't know how it is for you. Come on, you want to come in?
I'm here to pick something out.
Oh yeah, pick anything you want. So I went out, I'm one of these people, when I go to a shopping plaza, a mall, I always have trouble finding my car. So one of the things that when I went out to get a brand new car, I bought a brand new 2021 Honda CR-V, pearl white. And it stands out like a beacon now in the parking lot. So true story. So I was in Market Basket in Salem. So I come out of Market Basket and I'm looking around, and sure enough, standing like a beacon, my white car. So I walk over. As I get to the car, there's a car right next to me. Doors wide open. The guy has long, long hair, leather jacket. You know, he looked rough. He was about in his 70s, but he looked really rough and tough, and he's listening to radio. He's got his legs draped over the door as the door's open. So I kind of nodded to him, and when I get to the car, I noticed that the passenger side mirror was hit. Dented, big black mark on it. I'm like, oh, my new car, I can't believe this. So I go over to the mirror and I start trying to rub off the black paint that's on the mirror, and I'm furious as I'm doing this. So he says, I didn't do that. I go, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And I'm trying to rub off the black paint. He goes, yeah, just looking for trouble. I go, no, I'm not. I'm wiping up black paint that you hit my, he goes, I didn't do it. I go, so finally he starts yelling at me, he starts screaming, he starts threatening me, he starts swearing at me. So finally I go, look sir, just forget about it. Okay, no, I won't forget about it. I'm like, oh God, this is not going to be good. So I'm trying to rub off the paint, and now he closes his door. As he closes the door, he hits my mirror again. I go, yeah, he goes to me, I did it that time, but I didn't do it the first time. I go, sir, look, just forget it, I'm just trying to rub off the black paint. So he drives away real slow, puts his window down, screaming and hollering at me. Finally, he takes off and leaves. Kid from Market Basket comes over that does the cards. He goes, I saw the whole thing. He goes, I saw the whole thing. I got his license plate if you want to get him. I go, no, please. Oh, God. So anyways, I go to get in the car, and it's not my car. Not my car. Now I got to go back out. I don't want to look like an idiot in front of the kid from Market Basket. I start rubbing the paint off again. I stand there waiting for him to leave. I turn, and there's a guy standing, and he goes, what are you doing to my car? But the true stories to me are always the best. But I got to tell you something. Today is somewhat of an anniversary, and I got to tell you a true story. I'm going to take you back to probably before all of you were born. November 8, 1965. I was living in East Boston at the time, and my father bought color TV. And it was a big deal. Not too many people had color TVs in 1965. And my father got it the way we got everything in our house in East Boston. He got it hot. He got it hot. There was a guy that drove around East Boston. His name was Hot Gus. True story. And he would drive around East Boston in a car that was a station wagon. On the door, it had a picture of Hot Stuff. And on the bottom, it said Hot Gus. Never arrested because everybody bought this stuff in East Boston from Hot Gus. As a matter of fact, true story, every Christmas, Hot Gus would go to Maverick Square where my father hung out and played cards. Christmas Eve, he'd go there, my father would stop the game, he'd run outside, he'd buy all my Christmas gifts from Hot Gus, he'd go over, put the gifts in his car, and then he'd go back in and finish playing cards. The minute he went in, Hot Gus went over to my father's car, put all the stuff, put it back in his car, and it was worth the price to see my father come out 2 hours later, going over to the car and going, "Oh my God, somebody just stole all my hot stuff," right? True stories, like I said. So anyway, so we get this, we get the color TV. So my father was all Italian, my mother was Irish, and so my father says, "Barbara, invite all your family over to come to see the color TV." So, now my mother's family all lived out in the South Shore. Now getting people from the South Shore to the North Shore, not an easy thing to do. We had to get the passports and visas to go to the tunnel, you know, honest to God. So anyway, they all come over the house. So 5 o'clock comes, there were only two things in color on TV in those days, Hazel and Bozo. So 5 o'clock, 23 people gather into the living room to watch Bozo on the color TV. So we put it on. Now I go over to the rabbit ears, okay? Now I don't know if anybody, probably some people don't remember rabbit ears, and I'm trying to get Bozo's nose in, and I'm getting a fine tuner. And as I'm doing this to the TV goes off and on, and my father goes, "Wayo," which means boy. "What are you doing on my color TV?" I go, "Dad, I'm just trying to get Bozo's nose red. I'm just trying to get Bozo's nose." So anyways, I'm over there trying to, and I'm, got the antenna. Sometimes my father would wrap me in tinfoil, and I'd be like, "Dad, is this a good picture?" So anyways, I'm doing this. All of a sudden, as I'm adjusting everything, the TV goes off, the lights go off. My father starts screaming, "What did you do to my color TV? Everything you touch, you break." And now he's smacking me. So now all the men have to go downstairs to the basement with candles to do the fuses. Remember the fuses? Mm-hmm. Okay? So 23 fuses, nothing works. My father would be yelling, "Everything you touch, you break." People from the second floor come down. My father goes, "What's the matter?" "Nothing, no lights, nothing. Blame Smudgeem. Everything he touches, he breaks." People from the third floor come down, nothing. So my father yells up to me, "Wayo, go across the street, buy more fuses." So now I go outside and I look around. It's pitch black. We were in the middle of the biggest blackout this country had ever seen, from Maine to Florida. The blackout of 1965. So now I'm like, "Oh my God." So I yell, I go, "Dad, come upstairs." My father comes running up. He looks around and goes, "What did you do? What did everything you touch, you break?" He blamed me for the biggest blackout this country had ever seen, right? From Maine to Florida. And let me tell you, for the rest of my life, I was to blame. There was no other excuse. It was all about me. So anyway, true story, 20 years later, my father's at New England Medical, and he's not doing well. He's hooked up to machines, keeping him alive, but his mind was sharp as a tack, And I'd walk in the room and I'd see him there. "Hey, Dad, how you doing?" I go, "I know, Dad, I know." So I noticed he was watching TV. So I said, "Dad, let me put on the baseball game." I go to reach for the TV. The hot machine went, and bells were going ding, ding, ding. I hear code 99, code 99. The doctors and the nurses come running in. The doctor leans over. He says to my father, "Mr. Pizzi, what's the matter?" And my father whispers, "Get him away from the TV. He'll kill us all." All right. So I would like to do a little bit of, did you like my true stories, by the way? Did you like my true stories? So now we're going to do a little bit of prestige. How do you say that word, Steve? Prestige. There you go, prestige. So naturally, I have to put on my magic jacket. Tricks don't work without the magic jacket. All right. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, this is kind of my little warm-up before we do the full cartridge. This is a prediction right here. We're going to put that in full view. And then I got a deck of cards here. And we're going to, so would you do me a favor? As I flick through the cards, I think you say stop at any time. All right? A little quicker this time. All right, here we go. Stop. Right there? Good? Okay, now I can see that card. I don't want to see it. Hold it up. Show it around. Show it around. Remember the card. You won't forget it. Will you? You won't forget it, right? What was okay, what was the suit of your card? Spades. Spades, okay, good. How you doing right there? Would you do me a favor? If I go like this, you say stop at any time. Stop. Right there, good. I didn't see that card. You can't use that. So there you go, take a card. Good. Show it around. Okay. All right, beautiful. You got it? Yeah. Okay, you won't forget it, right? What was the suit of your card? Clubs. Clubs, okay, great. Okay, good. All right. So now, here's my prediction. I'm going to show you what type of magician. I'm going to show you why I'm Bill Belichick's favorite magician. Now, I have a prediction here. You pick the card, you pick the card. But we're going to start with you first. Okay, now think about that card for a moment. What I would like you to do is whatever number it is, whatever number you pick, divide it by 2. Cut it in half. Now you said you had spades? Okay, so after you've done the math, what did you come up with? Spades?
You want me to?
Yes, please.
The number?
Yes.
5.
5 of spades. Oh my God. 5 of spades. Oh, I guess nobody likes this. Thank you. See, in comedy we laugh, in magic we applaud. Okay. So I've gotten none of it. Okay, but all right, so my dear, here's what we're going to do with you. We're going to make it a little bit more. You said clubs. I want you to multiply whatever number by 2. In other words, double it. And in a nice loud voice, you had clubs, I believe. After you've done the math, after you've multiplied it by 2, double it, what'd you come up with?
Multiplied by 2?
Yes, please.
14.
14? Oh, there's really no... I know, but I have a 14 of clubs. Oh, yay! All right. So now everybody, just a little bit, to give a little bit of a thing what we're going to do with this. Give a little history first. I did this trick 3 weeks ago. We do a show every year for the Children's Hospital. We had 400 people, and I thought it would be a good idea. I passed out 4 cards to 400 people. We did this, and it was just absolutely fabulous. This is a Penn and Teller. Who's heard of Penn and Teller? Yay? Okay, Penn and Teller, the biggest magicians in Las Vegas. This is the trick that they open up all their shows with. So let me just say this. After we do this effect, you realize I've just saved you all $150. Okay, now, so during the trick, and I'll have everybody pick up the cards, make sure everybody has the cards. I'll be telling you like to put 1 card on the bottom. Now, if I say put 2 or 3 cards, you're going to count like this. Some people count like this. That's no good. You're just going to if I say 2, just keep the top card on the top and just go 1, 2, like that, and then put them on the bottom. If I say 2 cards, in between any 2 cards in the middle, just take that little pile, keep them together, and put them in between any 2 cards in the middle. It's pretty easy, but just remember counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, boom. All right, so that's our little tutorial. So now, everybody got cards? Everybody? Okay, everybody hold your cards like this. Just like this. Good? good. Everybody just like this, because what we're gonna do, right here, like this. Now, the reason why I tell you hold it like that, because we're gonna rip them. Just watch me rip them all in half, and then you're gonna take them and have both piles on one in each hand, face down on your in your palms. Rip them in half, Stephen. Yeah. Yeah, rip them in half, please. Yeah. Everybody, and then have them like this in your palms, face down. In your palms, face. Oh, wait a minute. What happened with you here? Here, take mine. Just pull them aside. Just pull them aside. Yeah, put your palms. Perfect. Okay. Anybody else have trouble? Anybody else? Nope, that's not a problem. Sometimes they're hard to rip. So I'm going to do it. Watch. Do it again. Rip them in half. And then, okay, great. Now, this is your choice. You can put your right pile on your left or your left pile on your right. I'm going to go right on top of left. Boom. Okay? Right, perfect, my dear. Perfect. Everybody? All right, great. Now, top card to the bottom. Now, watch me first. Top card to the bottom. Boom. Everybody good? All right, great. Now, watch me first. Always watch me first. 2 cards. 1, 2 to the bottom. All set? All right, now, watch me first. 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Somewhere in the middle between any 2 cards. So I take that pile and I just put it in between any 2 cards in the middle. Okay, everybody? Perfect. This is a great group. I love it. I love this group. All right. Take that top card and sit on it. Everybody take that top card and just put it on your seat. All right. Next thing we're going to do is, this is up to you. You could do 1, 2, or 3 cards. I'm going to do 2. Make it easy to the middle. Watch me. 1, 2, anywhere in between 2 cards in the middle. Like that. Well, somebody just dropped their cards, and that's probably going to foul up the whole trick.
No, I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody ready? All right. Now, what we're going to do is take the top card, swap it with somebody next to you, and then put that card in the middle in between 2 cards. That's it. Okay. Anybody need something to swap it? Anybody need anybody? Just put it in the middle between any 2 cards. Okay? All right, everybody. Great. Everybody swap a card. Good. Put it in the middle. Now this is your choice. You can do 1, 2, or 3 cards. Just throw them down on the table. I'm going to do 2 cards. Boom! Right down on the table. Beautiful. All right. Now here's what this trick is called the love trick. As we know, love takes seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, years. So, top card, Monday to the bottom. Monday to the bottom. Tuesday to the bottom. Wednesday to the bottom. Thursday to the bottom. Friday to the bottom. Saturday to the bottom. And then Sunday to the bottom. Okay, everybody? I think everybody should be done with that. Now we're going to play a little game. She loves me, or he loves me not. So, loves me goes to the bottom. So, top card, loves me to the bottom. Loves me not goes to the table. Loves me to the bottom. Loves me not to the table. We're going to get out to 1 card. Loves me to the bottom. Loves me not to the table. Loves me to the bottom. Loves me not to the table. I have 1 card. Everybody 1 card?
Yes.
How many you got, Steve? Keep on going. Keep on going until you got 1 card. Loves me to the bottom. Loves me not to the table. Everybody 1 card? All right, now, I told you to sit on a card earlier. Look at the card. Let's see if they match. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
My cards match. How many match? Hold them up. Oh, look at this. Now, thank you. Now, I can get the card drop. Isn't that a cool? Isn't that cool? When you think about what we did, cards in the middle, cards in the bottom, you had the choice to swap cards. And our final thing, so we actually got about, what, 90%, 95%. That's great.
It's amazing.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that great? Yeah. When I did it with 400 people, like 385 got it out of 400. So anyways, Penn and Teller, Love Trick, saved you all $150. Yay! All right, so I got a little, I want to show you this because this was Bill Belichick's favorite trick, all right? So, we're going to have, my dear, would you come up and help me? Give her a big round of applause. And how about, let me get someone, sure, would you come on, would you like to help me out? Come on up here. Give them a big round of applause.
Megan, he won't cut you in half.
All right, so like I said, this was Bill Belichick's favorite card trick. I have here a frame, and what's your name, my dear? Hey, Megan, that's a beautiful name, Megan. That was my father's name. Megan, as you notice, we have a frame here, and the frame, totally blank, okay? So Megan, do me a favor, Megan. There you go, good. Just going to put the bag over like this, good. And then we're going to have you just hold the frame, just like that. Awesome. Give Megan a good round of applause. My friend, come on over here. What's your name? Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Do you know Megan?
I do.
Okay. Now I want you to verify all the cards are different. All different cards? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm going to shuffle them up. Just do me a favor, you cut the cards into my other hand, just give them a cut, good, and just put them on top. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to separate the cards into two piles. This is your choice. You can take the left hand or the right. Whatever one you pick, we'll discard the other pile. So this is your choice. Left hand, are you sure? You don't want to change your mind? Okay, so we'll put that in my pocket and we'll shuffle them up again like this. Charlie? How long you been a Rotarian?
35 years.
35. Get 35 years. Okay, I'm going to separate them again. Okay, your choice. You going to do left again? Are you sure? Oh, okay. All right, now Charlie, I'm just going to shuffle the cards up. Okay, now I'm going to go like this. Okay, whatever. You're going to stop me at any time. And then you'll take either the top card on the right, top card on the left. For instance, like if I go like this, right? Yeah. I'll go like this. And then you said stop. And I'd say top. So if it was the top card, it'd be the Queen of Hearts there. And if you said the right, it would have been the Two of Hearts there. Okay? You got that, Charlie? I got it. All right, good. So I'm just going to shuffle them up. Just like that. Okay, here we go. Just like this.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
Ooh. Yeah. All right. Now you have a choice. Left hand or right hand, top card. You want that left again. Now, if you took the right, you would have had the Eight of Hearts. Okay. But you took the top card in the left. Right. You went left all the way. All the way. Okay, good. So I'm just going to take that card, just like this. Are you left-handed or right-handed? Right. Okay. Put your hand up. Right hand. Boom. Now, that's the card, correct? Yeah. Now, if you went one step further, you would have the Queen of Hearts. Yeah. But you picked that card in, and it was a free choice, correct? Right. All right. Look at that card. What is it? The Nine of Clubs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you all saw what we did. Everything was pretty fair and square. I would have to say pretty fair and square, correct? And you took the left all the way. Now, Megan's been holding the frame. Megan? Okay, now, Megan, look then, just pull out that frame. And what do you see?
Oh, come on.
So I had actually, I had him and his daughter come up, his daughter Amanda, and so when he actually picked the Queen of Hearts, right? So when Amanda took the frame out of the bag, it was a picture of him holding the Queen of Hearts. And there was like he had 130 friends from all over the country. And his response was, "How the blank did you do that?" But anyways, all right, so now I got a couple of more things here. Oh, I just want to, sir, I want you to think of a card. 52 cards, think of one particular card. Make it a good one, make it something that I would never get. What do you think of?
Two of cards.
Two. Did we plan anything? Did I ever meet you before? You picked the two of hearts. I can't even believe. Would you be amazed if the two of hearts was on this card? You wouldn't be amazed? Two of hearts. I can't look. It's unbelievable. They're gonna think we planned something. Two of hearts. Look at this. Right here. I don't know how I do it, folks. I don't know how I do it. But with these last two effects, this next effect that I'm going to do for you. By the way, where is my prediction? I should have it. Is there a number? Yeah, there should be a number. Here it is. There it is. Oh, we should do that one too. Yeah, maybe we'll do that too. All right, so let me just get over here. I do a lot of corporate gigs. And I tell you, I did a show at MIT, and no matter what I do, this always seems to be the one people really, really enjoy. So hopefully, are you enjoying yourselves at all? Yeah. So, my friend, what's your name? No, stay right there. It's all right. What's your name? Cleve. Hi, Cleve. How you doing? Cleve, I got a plot with 16 squares. In a moment, I'm going to fill them all out with squares. But here's what I want you to do for me, Cleve. I want you to think of a number, but before you think of a number, please, let's make it a good number, because the bigger the number, the more impressive. I don't know if I've impressed anybody yet, and I'm trying hard. So Cleve, between 34 and 100, pick a nice number, think of a number, and then pick that number, make it a good number, try to make it a higher number so I can impress this wonderful group here. Maybe they'll have me back again in 15, 20 years. Okay. So Cleve, do you have a number you're thinking of?
I do.
All right, nice loud voice. Yes.
77.
77. I'm going to write that down. 77. Give Cleve a big round of applause. All right, so Cleve, I'm going to fill up all these squares with numbers. And hopefully, let's see, I just want to make sure I get this thing right here. Oh, gosh, let me see, wait a minute. 1 second. Why am I, okay, ready? I have a brain, wait a minute. Okay, oh, all right. Go, okay. Okay. And we are done. All right. So I fill up all these squares with numbers. Sometimes it takes me 13 seconds. I haven't done this for a while, so I was a little nervous about whether I get it or not. So anyway, Cleve picked 77. We're going to add them across, up and down, four corners, and diagonally. And let's see if they add up to 77. 57 and 11 is 68. 1 is 69, and 8? 70 what?
69 and 8.
77. 56 and 2 is 58, and 12 is, let's see, 56.
70.
Okay, yeah. And right. 56 and 12 is 68, 2 is 70, and 7? 77. Oh, 59 and 3 is 62, 71 and 6? 77. 58 and 10 is 68, and 4 is 72, and 5? 77. Whoa! Now, please, we're going to go up and down. Okay, so we're going to go 58 and 12 is 70. 6 and 1 is 7, that's 77. 57 and 7 is 64. 9 is 73, and 4? 77. 59 and 11 is 70. 5 and 2 is 7, 77. 56 and 10 is 66. And 3 is 69 and 8? 77. So that's, now we're going to go diagonally. 58 and 9 is 67, 8 and 2 is 10, 77. 10 and 59 is 69, 1 is 70, and 7, 77. Four corners like bingo. 58 and 10, 68, 1 is 69 and 8, 77. Now, because this is a very special group, see this square in the middle? 59 and 2 is 61, and 9 is 75, and, wait a minute, excuse me, 59 and 9 will say 68, and 2 is 70, and 7 is 77. See the square right over here? 56 and 11 is 67, 8 and 2 is 10, 77. 57 and 12 is 69, 1 is 70, and 7, 77. And this square right over here. 58 and 9 is 67, 6 and 4 is 10, 77. 59 and 10, 69, and 8, 77. I rest my case. Now, I think I'll do this one here. Yeah, I got a little prediction right over here. We'll come right over here. How you doing?
When it comes to eating your part of the dinner, Billy, if you stay with for half an hour.
All right. I got a prediction right here. What's your name? Hi, Jack. Hi, Jack. Okay, so Jack, I want you to push in first on here. Notice all the cards are different. Okay? Now, Jack, what we're going to do very simple. Okay, I got a prediction here. I'm going to go like this. Oh, wait a minute. That was a small prediction card. This is a big one. Okay, so as I go through the cards, I want you to put your card, your finger, index finger on any card. Okay? Because once you put your finger on it, I might have, okay, right there, I'm going to ask you, would you like to change your mind? No. Okay, take your hand up. Okay, take a look. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. You won't forget that? All right, now look, you had your opportunity, right? To pick any card. Yeah. All right, now a nice loud, joke. All right. What was the card that you picked? 52 to pick on. What was the card you picked? 2 diamonds? Wow. Was I close? Wow. All right. Now this next one here is absolutely one of my favorites. I am going to give this, to you. Okay, now I even have a little rip here, so this way it makes it easier for you. Okay, it's a sealed envelope, it's my prediction. This is what we're going to close with. Are you having a good time? Yeah. Now what we're going to do is, I have a number there, but I want us to make up our own number. Okay? And it's good because I'm going to use almost everybody here to help out. That's what I like about this. I have all these numbers here, and then if you added them all up, it would come to 4146. But we're going to make up our own number. So we're going to start right here, going to go right along. Sir, what's your name? Dan. Hi, Dan. 4, 6, or 9. You pick one. 9. 9? Okay. We're going to cross the 9. We're going to put the 9 right there. 6, 2, or 2?
I will take the 2.
2, which one? Only kidding.
Looks nice.
All right. 3, 9, or 7? 3. 9, 3, or 7? 7. 8, 7, or 4? 7. Oh, another 7, huh? Okay. My friend? 2, 8, or 9? 8. 8. Mr. Bulkhead? 5, 5, or 8? 8. 8. All right. Now, you saw what I just did? You had your free choice, correct? Free choice. Now we're going to go for another column. And then the third column will be the number that's left. Okay, 4 or 6? 4. 4. 6 or 2? 2. 9 or 7? 9 or 3? 3. 8 or 4? kid, free choice, correct? Oh, I skipped you, didn't I? Sorry, we'll get you next time. So now, we have one number left in each column, so that's a 6, a 6, a 7, a 9, a 4, a 2, and a 5. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to add it all up. We're going to come up with a number. Now, can you imagine? You've got the prediction. So you're going to have to come up here, I'm going to call you up, and you're going to have to read off the prediction. And I think that if it matches, I deserve a little bit of a hand. Would you think?
Yeah.
All right. Let's add them up. 5 5 is 10, and 8 is 18. Carry the 1. 9 and 8 is 17. 1 is 18, and 2 is 20. Good. 8 and 7 is 15, and 4 is 19, and 2 is 21. 7 and 3 is 10, and 9 is 19, and 2, 21. 7 and 3 is 10, and 9 is 19, and 2, wow. 6 and 2 is 8, and 2 is 10, and 2 is 12. 6 and 4 is 10, 9 and 1 is 10, that makes 20. All right, come on up here. Open up the envelope. I am so excited. If this works, if this works, wow! All right, here she goes. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. All right, as she reads it off, we'll just go. Go ahead.
20211108.
Is that amazing? But here's the best part of it. Here's the best part. What year is this? 2021. What month is this? 11. What day is this? 08. It's today's date. And with that, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
I wanted to share something with you, because when you were telling me the story about the blackout, I thought you were talking about me. Because in 1965, I was making a Cub Scout project in the basement. I lived in a two-family house in Bedford.
Yeah.
My dad was a school teacher. He was home at about 4 o'clock. I got blamed for the fuses and everything else in my house. And I did the same exact thing.
Is that something?
And by the way, I was in Bozo 7 years old.
I'll relate. Wayo.
Wayo, yeah, exactly. That was my name. Wayo, hey, Wayo. But again, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed something else.
Is the camera here?
You want Alan? No. Please.
Turn it around.
Oh, yeah, turn it on.
Thank you. One more, let me, huh? Just want a little more about the Rotary Club of Lexington. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate this. This is going to be going right up on my wall. Thanks again for your attention.